And now, ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes on an ultimate machine. One that sits on a throne made by its adversaries. It's the best, better than the rest, passes every test, always ready for a quest, and it's made in the West. I present to you this! $9 for this? It's about time I get to show you guys a game console, because we've been looking at too many arcade games, and not enough console-related stuff. So our first console we'll be looking at is the Atari 2600. Now, it's not Atari's very first home console. In fact, there were others. Atari made Pong console throughout the mid-70s, a time where Pong was the only video game. But 1977 would be a significant year for Atari and the whole industry. You see, 70 is the year where video games that were played on your TV can now be more than one game. And interchangeable. Ooh. You have three consoles in 1977. First, you have the RCA Studio 2. Number 2, you get the Fairchild Channel F. And 3 is the Atari 2600. But back then, it was called the VCS, known as the Video Computer System. Why is it called a computer system if there's no keyboard? I sure hope this little thing does not get repeated later on in life. Let's get things straight here. The Studio 2 is trash. Channel F looks so Fisher-Price looking. And the 2600 is, in many ways, primitive, but entertaining at the same time. It sure made a lot of money for Atari, and it would last for... let me see... Oh, man! Oh, wow! 1992 was when Atari ceased production. That's like 15 years worth of this. Despite suffering through the game crash of '83 and being so basic, the 2600 will always be one of the best game consoles to ever be made. Let's examine this thing. For starters, it smells like it came from the 70s. With its wood grain front and chrome switches, yeah, this is what you call a true 70s console. The controller is just simple. There's no other way to describe the simplicity of this contraption. One button and a stiff joystick. It's all you need. Or if you don't like joysticks, why not use a Genesis controller? It's possible. The back of the machine is something to brag about. This is where the controller ports go. Why in the back? 70s and 80s consoles never had what we call normal controller ports. They would always be in the most unique places. But the back, not a good location to put them where the controllers have small cords. What's this supposed to be? Oh, it's the RF cord, because back in the 70s and 80s, audio and video was not a thing. Well, luckily I have this, so no need for a switch box. Look at these cartridges and tell me how boring and dull they are. They're just rectangles. If you compare it to Intellivision and NES cartridges, it makes me yawn. They have style. These do not. But hold your caps and tickle your nickels, clean your shoes and eat your bacon. Don't be a fool and sit on a stool. 1, 2, 3, ABC. I see a tree and you're with me. Third-party companies like CBS Electronics or Activision have their own style. So it's not all just squares or rectangles or whatever. But now let's really focus on the graphics. I did say it before and I'll say it again. They're fun and self-explanatory. Most games have their charm and never get boring. If anything, addictive. They are fun and always will be fun. You never get tired of them. But that doesn't mean there's a bad side to the library. If anything, there are a lot of games that kind of cause the game crash. And now, here are some games that defy the 2600. The Atari 2600 is a whole empire that spreads to other platforms. ColecoVision has an accessory to allow you to play 2600 games. 5200 has one too. 7800 is backwards compatible with Atari 2600 games. It just shows how powerful and great the console is. But at this point, I'm just repeating myself. But I do hope you guys can understand how much of a success this console was. It will never get old. Simply put, it will never get old. And even we age, we will remember the 2600 forever and ever and ever. So what I'm doing in the video is, I'm talking about how 80s consoles like the Intellivision have very weird areas for their control. So, that's the Atari 2600. I believe I said a lot, so I'll see you guys in the next episode of Gameattacker. Be there!